Hey folks, this is your friend Vincent E. Brown, and this is Black by Color Only. As you can see, I'm in my car, and you might see some dirty clothes back there. I'm about to go wash and just got off of work and everything. Thought I'd stop by Chik-fil-a and, waiting for this person to move. Oh, here we go. Wait a second. Somebody's here.
Thank you for taking Chik-fil-a. This is Ryan, sir.
Yes, can I get a number 8, please, with a very large lemonade?
The number 8 with a large lemonade. Anything else?
Yeah, add a fudge brownie to that too.
Alright, that'll be all for you, sir.
That will be all.
$9.94. Steve will serve you the window.
Alrighty. Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A. You know, it's a great place to get something to eat. You know, great place to bring the family and stuff like that. And the people are always courteous when I go to the drive-thru. But I'm about up here now. Let's get ready to pay for my stuff. You know.
How are we doing today, sir?
All right, doing good.
Just fill that for me. Okay, so it's $9.94.
All right.
Any ketchup, sauce, or mayonnaise?
No, nothing.
All right. I'll just wait on your drink.
Oh, okay. Waiting for my drink.
Oh, sir. There we go.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
See, like I said, good service. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about today, you know, and I know I'm a little late to the party when I talk about this, but last month, Chick-fil-A had their Chick-fil-A Day, I think that's what it was, and they had the biggest day, and later on that week the homosexuals had their protests against Chick-fil-A because Dan Cathy made some statements that he believed in traditional marriage between a man and a woman. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, the man was exercising his free speech. He didn't insult anybody by saying that, but of course our friends, the homosexuals, they always got to find, something offensive about it. And, they got their panties in a bind, no pun intended. And, they had what they called a kiss off or something like that, and the thing about it is they had this little kiss off, and I remember reading about a Chick-fil-A in California. Excuse me. Remember reading about a Chick-fil-A in California that got vandalized, and they spray painted, and what they put the spray painting read, tastes like hate. Okay, and in another protest, I forget where this one was, but they had a sign that said, "Don't be a Chick-fil-A hole." And right next to that sign was, "Hate is not a family ideal or a family value." Now, you can see the hypocrisy in these rascals. They talk about, folks are hating on them when they talk against homosexuality, but they will vandalize someone's business, and then they will call someone a Chick-fil-A hole, which is, if you ask me, that's about as hateful as you can get. Let me get on over here. Nobody over here. But these rascals want to talk about hate, and the people who are showing the hate are them. All Dan Cathy did was say that, he believed in traditional marriage between a man and a woman, which that's how God created us, man and woman, not man and woman and woman. And you know, I guess they took a cue from Perez Hilton, you know, back in 2009 when he called Carrie Prejean a dumb bee, you know, because he asked her a question and he didn't like the answer, but he wanted to make an excuse, you know, why she didn't win. You know, she didn't win because she's a dumb bee. And you know, you were upset, Perez, because she didn't answer the question the way you wanted to. But homosexuals, listen up. And those of you all who support them, if you didn't like what Chick-fil-A had to say, why did you have to protest? I mean, there are other places where you can eat. It's not like you are being forced to eat at Chick-fil-A. You could go to Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's. I mean, they'll be glad to have you. Hardee's, Arby's. So what's the big deal with Chick-fil-A? And the man was only exercising his free speech. Okay, now let me tell you something what I think about homosexuals. Okay, I don't hate you all at all, but it is a perverted lifestyle because that's not how God created you. You can say this thing about sexual preference and all that and yada yada yada, but that's not how God created you. Okay, now I have no problem with what you do behind closed doors, but when you try to get me to force me really to accept your viewpoint, now that we have problems there. I'm not going to accept your viewpoint. Now I'm not about, you know, hey, if a homosexual is working here, I'm not going to eat there. I'm not like that. I won't do that because they are people just like anybody else. And you know, go to a restaurant, you know, you might have liars there, you might have thieves and everything, but people won't have a problem with that. But they'll have a problem with a homosexual working there. I don't. But homosexuality is a perverted lifestyle. It's just as bad as stealing, lying, cheating, you know. And for those of you all, I got my camera on a very shaky support here, so if you see a little camera shake, that's because of it. That's what it is. But you all need to grow up. Y'all really do. You need to stop this mess, and you calling people haters when you all are the real haters yourself. Okay, now Home Depot supports homosexual marriage, and I won't shop there because of that. But I'm not going to go there and spray paint their business and say faggy lover or something like that. You know, I'm not going to do that. And most people who speak out against homosexuality, they're not like that either. Yes, you got some kooks and everything who will do that, but you know, they're just a lunatic fringe. But true people like myself, who is a born-again Christian, we won't do things like that. So homosexuals, look at yourselves. If you want to know who the real haters are, it's you. And as for me, I'm going to enjoy me some Chick-fil-A. I'm Vincent E. Brown. I'm signing off. And until the next time, I'll see you on The Rebound.